All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dowell. I'm sure, since I'm very vocal about social, political, economic, religious perspectives and point of view, and especially things that go on in public society, civil society, whatever way you want to frame it. We had a shooting the other day in Nashville where it involved a young lady and a police officer, a black young woman and a white police officer. Now, you all know that if you listen to me, I don't have any spin or biases when it comes to facts and then delivering the facts for what they really truly are. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you from the outset of actually viewing this and looking at the body cam footage. Watching exactly the actions of the police officer as well as the young lady. I'm going to tell you from the outset, the young woman was flat out wrong. It had nothing to do with a white on black crime. It had nothing to do with a white police officer stalking black people or a black woman and wanting to shoot and kill her or just have it out for them. This particular police officer did every single thing in his power. Tell you the truth, probably went above that, trying to actually do his job, do his duty, and still was met at opposition in every way, shape, fashion, and form. Now, as far as the melanated people in my community right here, you see, this is the type of stuff right here that gives us a bad rap here in America. I mean, these nonsensical attitudes and perspectives, the way do we respond and react. And I understand, and believe me, I understand that I know that environment has a lot to do with shaping and stuff. But in this case right here, and we know that here in America, that there are a lot of police that are just flat out wrong. Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. We can go on and on and on. Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. We can go on and on and on about the situations where the cops have gotten off scot-free. Literally murdering or killing melanated people or what is commonly classified as black people here in America. However, but in this case right here, this particular police officer is not only vindicated, but this police officer is flat out right. Now, I have to look more and more and more into the laws here in the United States, or especially Tennessee here. Especially, because I'm from Tennessee. And I have to look to see if she should have given her bag over to him and consented to search. But nevertheless, she did. And from what I saw and what I could ascertain in the video, first of all, he pulled over the vehicle and the tags that are associated with the person who had the vehicle, outstanding warrants all over the place. All right, red flag. The second thing is she gave the police officer the bag and she did not comply with any of the orders. Now, I mean, halfway compliance, sometime iffy or whatever it is. She not comply with any of the orders whatsoever at all. And the police officer searched the bag and finds marijuana, and it looks like a white substance that could be gender into cocaine. So he found drugs. And he wasn't going to let her go. And so I think his mistake is not taking charge of the situation right then and there and sticking to the orders that he had given. And in this case right here, he definitely, anytime, and I'm not a police officer, all right? I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran paratrooper, okay? So I don't know anything about law enforcement. But however, I do have quite a few ex-state troopers, law enforcement officers in Texas. I do have quite a few people in the ministry, and they will be here next week for the feast days, that are in law enforcement. And so if I want to know anything about what the law has to say and what their job is, all I have to do is pick up the phone and call them, and I can get the perspective, the comprehension, and the understanding, and then I can communicate it with you, because I'm hearing it straight from the proverbial horse's mouth. But he should have taken control of the situation better. And I just don't get the fact. I really truly just don't get the fact of the attitude of her being so nonchalant, pulling out cigarettes, smoking and stuff like this, and he's trying to get this woman to comply. And then all of a sudden she takes off. And mind you, I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version. She takes off running around the car, hollering, help, 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 help. And then she goes inside of the vehicle. The cop tases her, trying to get her under control, puts the taser on her, and she still is non-compliant. And she still wasn't going to stand down. Next thing you know, the cop sees a gun. And he tells her to put the gun down. Now, the way I understand it is that if a police officer sees a gun brandished, even if he sees it brandished, according to the laws of this land, right or wrong, they have the right to light you up. They literally do. Because they're in fear for their lives. And I often tell police officers over and over again, especially the ones that's in this ministry, listen, when you're out there doing your job, make sure you're sober the whole time. And don't depend on the benevolence of the public, because the public damn sure ain't going to depend on your benevolence, because you've already got a stain and a black eye on your profession because of all the injustices and the lack of police officers standing up against fellow officers when they're wrong and telling them that they're wrong. Look, you're wrong. Stand down. And that's a serious problem. And I guess that's the so-called hidden blue laws or whatever it is. But it's a sad commentary. It's a very, very sad situation. Let me get back to the story because I can digress real quick. So anyway, the woman gets in the vehicle. She gets tased. She pulls a gun. She shoots the officer once or twice. And he lights her up with 4 rounds or something like that. And then she ends up dying on her way to the hospital. In that case right there, the whole world, especially in America, you need to understand, if you're in a vehicle and you reach for a gun and that cop sees that gun, according to the laws of this land, and even just according to natural law, if somebody draws a gun on me, or if you even close to drawing a gun on me, I'm not going to sit up there and wait for you to put that gun in front of me and shoot me before I light your ass up. I'm not going to wait on that. Because I only have one life to live. You have one life to live. And we all make choices and decisions. And in the heat and the spur of a moment right there, when it comes to my life and your life, I'm living and somebody's dying. That's just the way it's going to be. And to me, if you draw a gun on me and I haven't done anything, I don't care if you're an actor in the uniform or whatever it is. At that time, it's your life versus my life. And that's the reason why I admonish people, both civilian and in law enforcement, you better stay trained up. You better stay trained up. You better stay trained up, because you don't get to pick the day, time, or hour when evil come your way. You got bad police officers like you have bad civilians, bad citizenry. You got it. You have good police officers, and this just so happened to be a good police officer trying to do his job and trying to do it right way. And he put his life in danger for some ignorant woman who wanted to run around, act like a prattling fool, screaming at the top of her lungs, and she's guilty as the day is long from Jump Street. And then the news media turns around and tries to put a spin on it and puts her mother up in. She was a good woman. Listen, by my definition, there was nothing good about that woman. Not a damn thing good about that woman. Nothing at all good about that woman. That's my personal opinion. You may have your opinion. I have my opinion. All right? She could have been the greatest angel in the world to you, but from what I saw and her actions and reactions and the way she act, I didn't see nothing good about that. I personally wouldn't have any association whatsoever at all with a woman like that. I told you, there's nothing divine, there's nothing majestic about a woman nowadays at all, period. The only women I know that's good is the woman of a meek and quiet spirit, the woman that loves her husband, guide her house. I can go in all that too, but the bottom line is that there shouldn't be no national. It's going to be national attention. There shouldn't be no case on this. It's cut and dry. And it's a good thing that if it was there, I'm not on the jury, because I've already been recruiting myself anyway. They would have got rid of me because this video right here give my opinion. But in this case right here, you can't sit up there and let CNN or some of the other leftist news media sway and persuade your mind. The body cam footage, it don't lie. The cop did not cut off the body cam footage. He wasn't trying to hide anything whatsoever at all. In this case, I would give the cop I would give him a B concerning his duties, because he should have took control of the situation and made the woman stay put back there at the rear of the vehicle. And if he wanted to cuff, he should have cuffed her for his safety from the very beginning, but he did not. I know what's going on, because today, when you look at all the things that are going on, and there is systemic racism in this country. I just got finished. I'm going to digress, okay? I just got finished looking at the negotiations, or let's say the talks between the U.S. and China and Alaska, and America went in on China about their human rights, and China they fired back, and they said, you know what, you don't have any right whatsoever at all. You're violating protocol by going past your time. And you're going to tell us about our affairs with Taiwan. What about your affairs with the black people here in America and the mistreatment and the injustices that y'all are doing there? And I'm telling you, man, they were slinging some serious mud in there. China wasn't backing down. America wasn't backing down. And I'm telling you what, and China, one of the first things they said about America, your economy is dying. You are dying as a country. You're dead. You don't even know, you have no influence whatsoever at all in the world. You're not even respected. And you're going to come and jump on us for our human rights. And I'm going to do a video on this too. And you over here still to this day mistreating the blacks in your country. You've got your nerve. That's what China was saying. I'm telling you, man, it was going down. So racism is definitely being challenged in every facet of life here in America. But in this part right here, I don't give a damn what color you are, black, yellow, blue, purple, green, brown, and it makes no difference. My judgment is this woman was flat out wrong and flat out guilty, period. And the cop was vindicated. And so many people been wanting to know my opinion on this one. There you have it. And that's just the truth. And that's the true straight way. No spin here.